Welcome back to the Valorant First Strike UMG Close Qualifiers. First and foremost, I'm going to get it out of the way. Wow. What a first map on Haven. So back and forth and so many big moments. It's a shame that I'm talking over these replays. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I'm doing these replays a disservice with how much just took place. First and foremost, a lot to get through. But I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, joined by Esports Doug and Simo, who did such a great job casting that first map. Bind's next, but let's break it down, boys. Haven here. You know, I'm not gonna lie. They had me in the first half, right? It looked like it was FAZE. FAZE was definitely doing very, very well, but then slowly but surely TSM started coming back. What do we owe that to? Doug, well, let's start off with you. Why was that comeback possible from TSM?
TSM's defense was, they were just like out of control, right? I know we talked about it a couple of times, but there was no opening for TSM, or excuse me, for FaZe, and they were able, TSM was able to shift all of their resources around a couple of different times, and then when you combine that with stuff like what we just saw, it's just so difficult to deal with.
Ooh. First, okay, this is what I wanted to see. Look at that, Simo. Are you, come on, Wardell, like, just, and I want to point something out. Wardell does that, and the very next round right here, Drone picks up a 4K. I can't. I mean, make sense of it for me.
You know, that FaZe Clan, like you had highlighted, started off hot, and it was, I think, the attack side for them, or sorry, the defensive side for them was really interesting to see how they played that aggressively. Definitely, I think, initially took TSM through a loop, but they started to adapt and started to play a little bit more passively around the mid side, hold those angles, see if they would peak, you know, try to anticipate them. And then as we moved on to the defensive side, well, I mean, FaZe Clan hit the A side so many times where they at least prepared for it early round. TSM were able to prepare for it in advance, and then they were totally comfortable with letting Haze be the anchor and retake the C side together, because we even saw that in the last and final round. Haze left the site, it was a 5v5 retake, and then they found an opening pick in Garage. But Bind is a really good map for FaZe Clan. This could be a redemption moment for them, you know. It could be an opportunity to try to answer back, because as we had highlighted in the pregame, Split has become really, really good for TSM, and there's 2 of those in this map pool, which is a scary thought for FaZe Clan fans.
First and foremost, I learned something here. Sometimes you just gotta say okay, right? That's the only thing that makes sense in the moment. And then attack pause right after that. And of course, I'm alluding to Sabrosa, you know, getting that pick on Baby Bay, dropping the up. Of course, Raucus was able to save it. But you know, after that, we really seen TSM start heating up. Honestly, that could have been the breaking point if I'm looking at it, because like I said, after that, TSM just started winning round after round after round and took a decent sized lead. Overall, very impressive for TSM. FaZe again looked very good too, up until, you know, they started to let the round slip through their fingertips. You mentioned, Simo, they pushed A so many times. TSM was like, okay, we've seen this story, we've read it, we've watched the movie as well. Let's just go ahead and do business as usual. And that's exactly what they did. I do want to point out, by the way, and Doug, you know, TSM, they only had 8 first bloods in total. So it's not like they were getting those big picks early on. Yeah, you know, Sabrosa, again, that big pick was great, but like FaZe, for the most part, was finding those early first bloods, yet still not able to capitalize.
Well, and I think it's just a testament to how they played, right? We saw how confidently they played earlier today. TSM alluded to the fact that they were going to want to respond with fire of their own. FaZe played a very similar pace to what we saw earlier. It's not like they adjusted their plan or they're playing a bit differently because it's finals or anything like that. It really was. TSM was just able to respond in kind. And I think for FaZe, you've got to keep that pressure up, right? Like, yes, the second half was very impressive for TSM, but it's not like it was a blowout. FaZe held up fine. They dropped the map, but that aggression, that swagger with which they played earlier today and what we saw some of in the first half suggests that the series is far from over. So if you're FaZe, like, stick to the game plan, right? That first map didn't go your way, and as we all discussed here on the desk, or the proverbial desk, that's an important map for FaZe to win. They weren't able to pull it off, but stick to the game plan. That's your moneymaker.
Well, I want to sit here and talk to you boys. There's a lot to break down, but unfortunately the producer's pushing me off. So I'm going to have to dip out, but you know what? No one wants to hear me. They all want to see the map go down. So check it out. We're moving into Bind. Map number 2, TSM versus FaZe. Boys, take it away.
Map 2, Bind. As I mentioned earlier, I've grown to love this map. There are just so many different ways that you see like teams tactfully play around it. You've got the teleporters as an option as well. But Simo, knowing these two teams, knowing their histories, and knowing where we're headed, who are you leaning towards here on Bind?
It's a tough say because I think this is going to be the map that we're going to see a lot of surprises from TSM. They really haven't played it in the closed qualifier. I think they played it once in the open qualifier. So this map, in the closed qualifier against C9. So we saw a little bit out of them, but like overall, this Bind map has been such a huge mystery to us with how TSM play it. They can still run triple duelist if they want, Reyna, Phoenix, Raze, whatever they want to combo it with. Everything still kind of works together and can work well. But this is a map that FaZe Clan are super, super comfortable on. They're currently undefeated in the closed qualifier on Bind, and that means that they've beaten a lot of great teams to get here. The big question is, for us, is how are TSM going to prepare for a map like this? This may be the one map that FaZe Clan can tie things up. Because like I said, Split, Ascent, great maps for TSM. This is your one shot to even up the series, tie things up, and have a little cushion, have a little padding to carry yourself and try to, outlast TSM if you can even do that.
Now, given some of the discussions we were having earlier around FaZe's play style and how they want to continue to play confidently, do you foresee that leaning in their favor? Do you foresee them continuing to play with that style, or do you think they're going to take more of a conservative approach here on map 2?
No, it's FaZe Clan's style to push up, to get aggressive, to get in your face. I mean, for Baby Bay, it's always 7 o'clock somewhere, okay? He's always going to be ready. He's always going to be, and I mean, listen, if you don't understand that meme, that's okay. It's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit advanced, and it's not PG for stream. But for FaZe Clan, it's definitely going to be their style to play aggressive, to play outside the box, to push angles, to push extremities that normally aren't pushed by teams who play a little bit more passively on the defense or a little bit slower on the attack. It is in the FaZe Clan DNA to get up in your business.
Let's see how that DNA persists. FaZe Clan is going to be on the attacking side here as they kick off Bind. Heavy presence towards A early on. TSM is going to have 3 members there, and they're going to play in a bit of a forward position. You see them playing aggressively towards U-Haul, but FaZe already sending a couple of members towards Showers. That dart's going to come out to ensure that nobody is home, and they're going to get that ult orb into the pockets of Corey as well.
There is an ult orb answered back from TSM on the opposite side. Wardell's taken down, quickly traded by Hayes. Marv gets involved, and Hayes really just holding down the line. There's still 3 members remaining for both sides. Make it 2 for TSM as they'll start to funnel in through the vents. And guess who's right there on the opposite side? It's Corey. It's traded down to Cutler. Oh, unfortunately caught with the bow and arrow. You do not want to bring that to a gunfight. FaZe Clan will dominate and grab the win in the first pistol.
Yeah, and it was a great round by Raucus there. As you see, he was able to get 3 kills on the board there. That's going to allow him to buy full armor and a Phantom going into the next round. We'll see how much damage he's able to do with that gun. Meanwhile, for the rest of FaZe, see a couple of Frenzies, a couple of Spectres, and that's really it. For TSM, it looks like they're going to be bringing pistols into the fold. So the main thing I want us to focus on here is Raucus. With that Phantom, what's he going to be able to do with it? FaZe on the attacking side here, posturing over towards B. Aggressive, heavy look towards Hookah, and that's where the first kill goes. Drone drops.
Yeah, they're just looking to get this spike down early, but unfortunately it drops from behind. All the TSM members hop through the portal, and it's pandemonium. Zachary will also hop through, all down to Wardell, who's found himself a Spectre. Still has the tailwind if he wants to get up close and personal, but will not. Pretty quick round from FaZe Clan, but ultimately this is the best second round conversion for TSM, the best case scenario. They take down 2 members, they get 2 weapons out of commission, and then now Wardell picks up the up while the rest of the team will rifle up. So this is a good spot for TSM. FaZe Clan, they got the start that they wanted. Baby Bay also gonna op, so let's pay attention to where those Jets end up. They are on opposite sides, but TSM, they're poised for some more B aggression from FaZe Clan.
It looks like they might have tried to do something a little aggressive down B as well. Down B long in particular. You see that early peek with the dart and the operator there just in case. They've got some info. But that was about it. Meanwhile, for FaZe Clan, they mulled over the possibility of going over towards B, but they're going to rotate away. They haven't gotten a ton of info on that side quite yet, but at least they have picked up some real estate. You see, over in Showers, they've managed to work their way up at least enough to understand there's nobody going to be playing aggressively on that side. The smokes are starting to come out. Corey's able to take care of Hazed early on.
They'll get a lot of control here as Corey's just going to really clear out the lamp side. They know that TSM are either backside or late to the play. Zabros is taken down. Wardell up in heaven, but he's smoked off temporarily, and Corey is already positioned up on the truck, and the shot misses from Wardell. It just barely tags Corey, and he'll survive. 3 members remain for TSM. There is a late round position for Raucus. He's wrapping around from the defender spawn. That's going to be Drone. He takes down Zachary. 3v4. The spike's still ticking, and unfortunately, Raucus does not anticipate Cutler's big brain. Shot's going to be good from Wardell. This is doable, but the time is ticking. Another one onto Corey. It's all down to Marv, but that spike is ticking. Cutler, Wardell. Shot's going to be good onto Wardell. All down to Cutler as the spike continues to tick. There's the recon bolt, and for some reason, it goes into the portal, and it's going to be a clean headshot for Marv. FaZe Clan win the gun round against TSM and start off hot in this first half.
And TSM looked so good in their ability to respond with everything that FaZe was throwing at them early on. You saw the lurk from Raucus, it got sniffed out. Wardell was able to get the best of Baby Bay with the operator, so it looked like they were able to fend things off initially, but there was just too much chaos at the end, and then Marv able to isolate and win down in that 1v2. Really just kind of set them up. Marv, as we saw earlier today, when Marv is feeling himself, when he's playing well, this FaZe Clan team is terrifying. So that's a big 1v2 win for him there.
Oh, but Wardell with the knives. It's important to identify that this ult can be a problem for FaZe Clan. Already taking down Marv. If Wardell can find a little bit more value, maybe a pick, maybe 2, but there's going to be a showstopper. Comes through. Wardell knows that he's there. Spray coming out from Drone. Wow. But Zachary from the opposite side, or sorry, from Hookah. He's just right behind Corey. Now they'll start to funnel in. You'll see the tailwind come through. Drone's gonna stop him with the frenzy. That's spiked down. 3v3. Drone in a good spot. The frenzy finds another, and now it's a 2v2. A little bit more doable now that the spike is still down. Raucus trying to peek through. Sabrosa will be taken down, and it's all up to Hazed. He's got a Bucky, and unfortunately, what? Hazed! How? The Bucky! It's special. It's built different. Somehow, some way, the long-range Bucky shot from like 50 miles away, he still gets taken down, but an impressive Bucky shot. 4-0 start for FaZe. This is what you like to see if you want to come back in map 2.
Yeah, it's certainly really everything they could have asked for. Raucus is having himself a day at 7-1. And I think the other thing worth noting here is that FaZe, because of how comfortable of a lead they've managed to build themselves, they're going to have plenty of weapons to work with yet again. The operator into the hands of Baby Bay. Wardell's going to be able to respond with one of his own. Continue to watch that matchup. This time, they are going to be on the same side of the map. Wardell is going to get pushed back as the drone was there trying to get some info early on. Baby Bay still holding that tight corner.
So once again, we're seeing something similar to what we saw in Haven. FaZe, they identify one map that they want to start early presence. It was around B, around that orb, to deny defensive orb control, and then they end up at A. We've seen a lot of Showers presence from FaZe Clan. We've seen a lot of mid-round A short presence from FaZe Clan. So TSM, they're trying to read the situation correctly. And for FaZe Clan, they're a little bit spread thin. If TSM find an opening pick, then FaZe Clan will be a little bit worse for wear in terms of where they want to end up. But 50 seconds left on the clock, and that spike is poised for A, as Baby Bay is just causing a ruckus, and he's just going to portal. He doesn't need to be there.
Raucus using the Hunter's Fury. See Baby Bay is taking a good bit of distance there as the noise. Raucus was raised over at B, but the play is one on to A. Corey trying to establish some presence around U-Haul is going to tag up Sabrosa, and now they're going to swing. Sabrosa drops. Marv able to get the kill as they continue to funnel their way over. Members of TSM have started to rotate. They've got to run it back, and there it is like clockwork. Drone using it to get in on the site, able to take care of Corey, and pushes back. They're still going to be there. There are still 2 operators in the fold here. Simo, this one could go either way.
Oh, Baby Bay is going to take down Cutler. TSM caught behind these smokes. Can't really push in quite yet, and they will start to retreat. 5-0 start for FaZe Clan. 5 rounds. And you have to give a lot of credit to FaZe Clan. I know a lot of people, especially when this roster was first announced, you know, Overwatch players, KEKW, I get it. I understand. You want your CS players to be the best, you know, want them to be the kings of the kingdom, but a lot of creativity in that play. Rock is selling the fake with Hunter's Fury. Baby Bay just continuously firing shots with the op through B long. Rockus rotates through market. Baby Bay hops through the portal while the rest of the team have just been working that A angle. And I'd imagine we're going to see something similar time and time again. Because look, setup's going to start at B. They might wrap to A. Or if they find an opening pick onto B, they'll just blast back and tailwind onto the site like they've been doing in the first couple of rounds. So FaZe Clan have a lot of options on this attack. It's just all up to how TSM read it. Can they start to get a couple of rounds back into their favor? It might start with this double peek from TSM and B short.
Oh, I love this telly play as well from Wardell as he goes through, has that operator, and that essentially negates any possibility of FaZe working their way up towards Hookah. But while they weren't that way, they're still over on that half of the map as they're all going to be funneling in through long. They're going to be able to pinch in members of TSM as you see Corey. Oh, Corey, that was such a big pick. That gives them so much room to work with. FaZe is going to be able to get onto the site. TSM has two members that have not fully rotated over, but the two that are on the site are posted up in Hookah. The thing is, because of TSM's position, they have to be a bit more timid about how they work their way towards the site because FaZe has elbow control. You see that smoke start to go off, ensure that nobody's going to be pushing in that way. Smokes are going to be traded in kind. Wardell's operator going to be blind for just a few moments as the paranoia comes through. Subrosa has to think twice about going forward. Rock is able to get the opener, and Rockus gets a second one as well. Subrosa has dropped TSM just down to 2 members left. FaZe Clan in firm control here. TSM can't get through. It looks like they're going to back off, and FaZe Clan are going to take a 6-round lead.
Yeah, TSM on the retreat here. Oh, Wardell. Oh, such a close shot onto Marv. Drone will be the last man standing. FaZe Clan not really quite sure where he is. Looking at that round, TSM were in such a tough spot on the retake. FaZe Clan, TSM smoking off the elbow to try to give them space to work with, but they got smoked off, and I believe maybe not smoked off, but paranoid entering into the site. Marv set that up, I believe, from elbow, and the rest of the team was stuck smoked off from Hookah. So Wardell and Drone, I believe, couldn't really participate in that push back onto the site. You saw Wardell, he was itching to jump through, but FaZe Clan held that site well and had good control of elbow. Have to give him a lot of credit there. But now, TSM, they were able to save some of those weapons from the round prior. This is likely... I'll have to look at the economy. I think we might be in an eco position for TSM because they saved weapons 2 rounds ago. Then they almost lost those weapons again. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of an eco position for TSM. So we'll see what they can do. It's going to be a tough one. They have Hunter's Fury, but FaZe Clan in firm control here of this first half.
I like how FaZe is playing this. They're spreading out their resources, again, looking for entrances anywhere they can find them. You heard the Blade Storm has been used. Marv is going to get paranoid and is going to have to back off a little bit as Hayes brings in a little bit more smoke. Oh, yeah, that's a big pick early on, but FaZe is just able to pick apart members of TSM. Wardell, however, with the Sheriff, keeping things spicy, gets a third. And this is far from over.
I can only imagine Myth popping off right now. Oh, Hayes, okay. Do we got one more, Corey? It's all down to him. 3 Sheriffs, and there's a rowdy cowboy in town. He's going to be making his way through lamps. Oh, no. Going around the truck.
30 seconds left.
TSM. Drone posted up on the watchtower. Shot's going to be good. One more. Oh, Hayes playing Duck, Duck, Goose, and it'll be Wardell the Goose that takes him down. 4K on the round. Those Sheriffs, man, they sting. They hurt. You don't want to be on the wrong side of the law, and Wardell was the law there. TSM win the first round of all things in eco. Doug, let's look at this setup for TSM, how they answer back the gun round against FaZe Clan.
And again, FaZe with their 6-round lead are going to be able to continue to bring rifles in, even though they lost that last round. Drone is going to have a rifle of his own, slightly not as great of a position as it could be. He's going to be bringing in light armor. FaZe, a heavy look towards this B site. Cutler's going to get plenty of info early on. Yeah, it looks like some of the positioning was given away. Wardell gets the best of Corey, and he had just used that showstopper. Wardell ripped it right out of his hands.
I like this play from TSM. Wardell peeking down long and then partnered with the Hunter's Fury. It pushes FaZe Clan back. Now it's up to this crossfire set up by Sabrosa and FaZe. We've seen some FaZe Clan members push up through showers, but it's mostly been this hot and heavy short push. They paranoia into lamps, then they just rush lamps, but Sabrosa's going to be the first line here. A good smoke as well to stop because they have to push through, and Sabrosa is ready for it. He does get traded, and FaZe with the answer back. He covers Sabrosa's death. TSM win a second round. They answer back. Now FaZe Clan, some of the members in a tough economic position.
Yeah, you can feel the momentum starting to shift a bit as that was just so well read by TSM. They were able to respond and handle the aggression that FaZe was showing. As we saw, that showstopper was negated early on. The Hunter's Fury was invested from TSM as well to ensure that there was no possibility for shenanigans on that B side. And then ultimately the tipped smoke on a short really set TSM up well here. FaZe looking aggressively towards his hookah. Drone got flashed up and had to back off. But look, it's a heavy hit into hookah.
Yeah, they got singers galore as well. Cutler, oh, that's so unfortunate. Domed by Corey as they'll funnel onto the side. Corey just like no regard for the rest of his teammates. He blasts backs in, it pushes him back. And now TSM just down to 2 members. Man, this aggressive hit from FaZe Clan. If every round felt like an eco for FaZe, they would just rush every site and just, just non-stop pushing over and over and over again. At least it does get traded back. Marv goes lurking, finds himself into the arms of Sabrosa. Wardell will be waiting on the opposite side. A great position for exits if that's what they end up doing. FaZe Clan have likely already picked up some of the weapons that were dropped in hookah. Sabrosa waiting down long, which is a normal portal play. They'll rush out from Octagon. They won't even go through hookah because it's unsafe. It's generally unsafe. So now as they start to come through, it's all down to how Sabrosa stops. A good paint shells, gonna dissuade them for a little bit, but now they know that somebody's there. What? Zachary! What a shot! But the Sheriff takes down Sabrosa. That was so quick. Wardell keeps the op, but a solid eco from FaZe to rush down TSM and take that map, take that site, take that round.
That's now, each team has been able to take away an eco from the opposition. And I think the other thing worth noting for FaZe at the end there is while one player went through telly, the other two pushed down long to pick up that weapon. Zachary had a Sheriff in that situation. And while that was everything that he needed in order to win that gunfight, they are going to be able to bring some of the rifles that were picked up into the next one. That's why you see them in such a favorable financial situation. FaZe Clan here with a 5-round lead, looking for something up A, but aggressive posturing from Wardell gives him an early pick. No!
Man, Wardell, he may be the one with ice in his veins. Can he find another? He can! Wardell! Through lamps, 3 on the round. It's down to 2 members. Marv will be taken down by FaZe. That's all up to Zachary. There's the op on the ground, but so is Zachary. Sabrosa with the headshot. A solid round from TSM. For the first time, FaZe decide to go A early round. They show face, and Wardell, the gatekeeper, stops them dead in their tracks.
Well, and that was the thing too. It wasn't even showing face. Like, they were setting up the play, and Raucus didn't even get a chance to jiggle peek or do something to get information. That was such a good early spot for Wardell, and then obviously getting another one through the smoke, and then knowing that FaZe they had committed to that site at that point. They'd had to go in aggressively to try to push Wardell away, and he gets another one in lamps. There's just a very well played round from TSM. Wardell not nearly as an aggressive of a spot, but looking at this in the same place. You see the paranoia has been used to try to keep things at bay. FaZe drops early on.
We'll have to look at that round later, because there's something interesting that happened. Wardell finds an early pick onto Baby Bay. Cutler holding down the vents angle. The spike's being planted, but a lot of TSM members are already here, and it's a retake that's advantageous for TSM. But as I say that, Zachary through the cyber cage is going to find Cutler. Wardell's also down. It's all up to Drone and Sabrosa. There's a player in heaven, Corey. He got up there with the blast back. He's going to be taken down. One more. It's Raucus versus Sabrosa. Sabrosa playing a little bit of cat and mouse, but the cat is mightier than the mouse. The Sabrosa will take him down. One of the things that I wanted to highlight, oh, he's even going to get the op here. One of the things that was super interesting is that there was an early smoke from FaZe towards the shower side, and there was an early camera from Zachary, and he managed to get it into showers before the smoke even went down. So it showed FaZe Clan that they had a little bit more control on the A site than they bargained for. They didn't need to really worry about a player coming out from showers and having that angle as they push in through short, because Zachary worked that angle early, and the smoke from FaZe didn't really stop FaZe Clan whatsoever. But still, man, Sabrosa.
FaZe Clan, again, in a position to take a good lead going into halftime. We saw this on Haven. Now they've got a chance to do so here on Bind as well. Leaning over towards A. Information gathered from TSM by B, realizing that there's nobody around Fountains, nothing aggressive in Hookah, and then all of the cues from FaZe on A let them know that that's exactly where the play is going to be.
What?
Baby.
What? Hazed. What? Yeah, we'll get a replay of that just to see what's going on. We'll look at the retake now. FaZe Clan, they've got a little bit of the lead, but it might be torn apart here momentarily. There's the showstopper from Sabrosa. He's not even going to get to throw it, as Corey will snipe him out of the air before he even goes aerial. It's all down to Drone and Color. Make it Drone, make it Drone, make it Drone. He's making it rain down to the 2v2. Baby Bay's going up. He's going dunking as he slam dunks onto Drone. 8-4 the scoreline of the first half. Observers, production, what happened to Hayes? What happened there? What happened here? I really want to know. I really want to know what happened here.
Hopefully we'll get some answers at one point. And it looked like it may have maybe, I don't know why he would have been pushing forward. He was flashed at first, right? But then it looked like it came off and he just walked in a straight line. It just looked very strange. Either way, what we do know is much like map 1, FaZe is able to take a big lead going into the second half. 8-4 early on. They certainly proved their mettle on the attacking side, but now it's TSM who's going to have to respond with some of the attack of their own. What tricks do they have up their sleeve? Early on, it's going to be a bit of a split. They're going to send 3 members towards Hookah, 2 up A short.
Why?
The smokes are going to come out as well to kind of lead them into thinking that that's where the play is. And man, FaZe Clan take the bait. They start to rotate everything over. Now they're thinking twice about it, but TSM's going to be able to get on to B.
Yeah, we'll see if FaZe Clan fight for this and don't let them even get into those post-plan positions. We're seeing Baby Bay poke his head through. A solid round from TSM to start, and it does look like FaZe Clan are a little bit confused. First pick does go to FaZe Clan's favor, but TSM will clean up the rest of the pieces as it evens out to the 3v3. Sabrosa is on the A side, and the spike never went down. They rotate out, they pull out, and they go straight to A. What a solid shenanigan round from TSM, but it's not over yet. The spike's been planted in FaZe Clan in the 3v3 retake.
Oh, Sabrosa with another big pick on Marv. He heard the telly play come through, and Sabrosa had been on A the entire time. He was able to isolate a kill as chaos was happening over on B, and that was the cue for them to pull off and rotate back. It's going to drop things down to a 2v2 as Zachary is able to tie things up. Cutler looking for some info. Oh my gosh, he spots both. Wardell is able to get Zachary. It's just Corey. He has a ghost. He taps it, goes in aggressive. Wardell dashes across. He's not going to have a chance really here as he tries to isolate things down, not able to get any info early on. They could just really pinch him at the same time. Either way, it didn't matter. They could have done that. They were able to get the kill anyway. Wardell takes care of Corey. He drops at the end, unfortunately, but TSM win the pistol in the second half.
So TSM start that round with an Owl Drone and Sabrosa pushing up, and FaZe Clan give up some of that control. They pull back. Like you saw Marv and Zachary pull even further back, the furthest that you possibly can on the A site, and Sabrosa was able to clear so much. And you saw those FaZe Clan members rotate over, but then when they assumed it was the pump fake, you saw all of them start to run back to B. You saw also Baby Bay. He caught a glimpse of the Hookah army pushing in for TSM, so he tailwinds to safety to elbow. What a great round for TSM to swindle FaZe Clan. Looking at this round, looking ahead, a little bit more showers control from FaZe Clan, but Wardell's ready on the opposite side while the rest of TSM working this B side angle.
You're going to have that drone as the tip of the spear and drone following right behind it. Going to get tagged up. They got some info, but there wasn't enough. They hadn't created enough space for themselves to make a play on that. Look at how things are starting to rotate around. FaZe is starting to push their way out of Hookah as TSM works their way up long. They are going to have the telly if they choose to pull out, but they don't have any info on what's happening over on A, so it's not a safe place to go. They are going to commit to B. FaZe pushing their way in through hookah. Baby Bay has managed to get himself a Phantom. That's huge.
I don't even know who's defending or who's attacking anymore. There's 3 FaZe Clan members coming from Fountain and Short. How is that even possible? How is this happening? TSM are down to 2. They've got members from FaZe Clan moving in from all possible angles. There's the hookah members. They've arrived. Drain and Haze at least will find a couple of frags. What? It's all down to Marv. I thought the pinch was totally going to work out for FaZe Clan, but Drone and Haze, they hold the line. They even grab some of the weapons off the floor. But that was the eco for FaZe. They really just wanted to bring the issue, and that was really close for TSM to lose that. But now we'll see the gun round for FaZe Clan, how they decide to play the defensive side. I mean, listen, Doug, we saw that on the Haven map, right? How aggressive FaZe Clan play on the defensive side. Pay attention to showers every single round. Because Marv, he's going to go poking. He's going to try to figure out if TSM are playing heavy on that side. And if they aren't, man, I'm going to walk all the way through the wishbone.
Cameras there, the dart. Zachary was able to clear it out, but I want to say his position was given away. Anyway, Cutler's going to use the drone to create a little bit more room, spot out exactly where the camera is too, to be able to negate that information for FaZe, as members of TSM have worked their way slowly, but are starting to work their way towards a short Wardell. Able to get the best of Zachary here early on, but it is traded out as Sabrosa drops.
Oh, paranoia. Marv is looking for an opportunity to reposition, but he just turns his back to Wardell, who's on the opposite side. But pay attention to the flank coming in from Corey. He's already been in a great position. TSM did not show face on the B site. Baby Bay's got the angle from showers, but it's a 3v2. Wardell, he's holding the angle from the market. He's likely going to get this frag onto Corey. That's going to be that, and it's all down to Baby Bay. Another shot. They know exactly where he's located, up in heaven. Cutler's going to take that one down. I like the gusto from FaZe Clan, but TSM really just hold the line. A solid, strange defense, even though they're on the attack. They hold A short, and the angle from shower is great stuff. As FaZe Clan trying to make it a little absurd on the rotations.
That's 3 rounds in a row for TSM. Again, a strong half from FaZe in the opening half, much like we saw on map 1. We saw the same thing here on map 2, but TSM come out of the gates swinging here, and they've been able to put up 3 rounds now. FaZe is also, or FaZe is again, excuse me, going to be on the eco. They're going to have a couple of sheriffs and the Blade Storm, but that's really it as far as what they're going to be able to bring to this fight. Meanwhile, TSM sitting very comfortably as far as artillery goes. And again, so here's the thing. When FaZe is in an eco situation, we've seen a couple of times them play aggressively, and TSM was waiting for it. You just saw Wardell waiting to see if anyone was going to push through showers. Baby Bay, that's a big pick early on, though.
And his confidence, too, it's oozing. He's just standing on the tuna can. He's not even using a protective angle. Now the rest of the team is going to start to come through. Drone's going to find one with the running back. Yep, there's a Sova on the left side. He's going to take him down, as now they'll start to funnel in from B short. Haze is going to hold that one down. Marv, he sees him, and so does Haze. Shots can be good from him. He's going to get the 3K on the round. FaZe Clan tried to wrap around, and I like the way that they're using Bind to wrap around. I got to give him a little credit, even though that was the eco. You saw Marv, he pushed up aggressively. Like you had pointed out, Wardell and Haze were holding those angles early, anticipating some sort of craziness so that they could find those picks and scoop them up. But FaZe Clan were really out. They were more patient than TSM, so they pulled off. Marv goes through market, and Zachary hops through portal, so they can really get some aggressive angles quick and make it a quick hit. But Haze, he holds them off. He fends them back. And now we're tied up 8-8 with 4 in a row for TSM.
Oh, up battle goes in favor of Wardell. They both had them. Baby Bay looked for something aggressive early on. Color me shocked. And it goes in favor of TSM. FaZe Clan already dropped 1.
Well, as they've shown towards the A side, or at least some of the information has been kind of given away, Corey feels confident to push through B short. Haze waiting there, scoops up that kill, but Rockus is also waiting on the opposite side of B short. TSM down to the 4v3. A lot of ultimates available here. That's where you're seeing from the shadows. Haze trying to figure out where might they be. Wardell in a passive angle takes down Marv. Like, he teleports over, finds Zachary, and now it's just down to Rockus. TSM have gained so much information, and the angle that's been held by Wardell, it's really just been TSM waiting for FaZe Clan to get aggressive on the defense. They've found great answers, not only on Haven, but this map as well. And I have to give a lot of credit to FaZe Clan because these are some creative looks, right? This is weird. Like, how many times do you see a player go through the wishbone in a round that's on the defensive side? The FaZe Clan have done it like 3 times now. And still TSM find great answers, and they don't ever feel like they're backed up into a corner.
This TSM roster continues to impress. That's 5 rounds in a row for them. And even like that early pick from Wardell onto Baby Bay, you saw him hold it. There was nobody close enough to try to pick up that operator that Baby Bay had dropped. Wardell was just able to hold it down. You saw Marv try to go in, not necessarily for the operator, but just to gain some room for his team, and Wardell was still there the entire time. FaZe have really just kind of been playing into TSM's hand here for the entirety of the second half.
For once, we're seeing a little bit more passive play out of FaZe Clan. And it's the eco of all things for some of the members. Thought there was going to be a Bladestorm available, but that's Wardell. Sometimes the colors, you know, they trip you up a little bit. But there is still a couple of ultimates available for FaZe Clan. Neural Theft, Hunter's Fury. Hunter's Fury likely going to be the one that is likely to be used as TSM just poking and prodding their way through the hookah side. And Wardell still holding the angle. So is Color on the opposite side. As long as they hold these angles, they know that they're safe temporarily, right? They don't have a Cypher, so they're using their bodies as wards, you know? They are just going to stand there and watch and make sure that things are okay. And that's, I guess, their answer for not having a Sentinel, you know? They will themselves be the Sentinels. So now, we're looking at a push here. Shots from Corey don't land. Let's see now as they start to funnel through. Oh, that's a face full of Showstopper. He's going to find one. Sabrosa with another one apart. Baby Bay will fall next as he trades out Drone. And it's a 2v4 retake for FaZe Clan with a couple of Sheriffs. Don't anticipate a lot to be done here, but this will put TSM up by 2 as Zachary, last man standing, just trying to do some damage as he gets chipped away through the cage. I have to say, I think this is like the first time we may have seen just TSM right out the rip go straight towards this B site. I wonder if FaZe Clan are going to anticipate some of that later on. I don't know how many rounds FaZe Clan can afford to bleed as now that TSM lead by 2, but I'd really want to see how they adapt to this B side of the map because TSM tend to be playing there quite often.
We'll see what adaptations are made. We mentioned prior to the series starting that was one of the impressive things about FaZe and how they can adapt on the fly in order to keep things spicy, and that's exactly what they're going to have to do here because it's been 6 rounds in a row for TSM. No operator battle early on as they're going to be on opposite sides of the map. Zachary is able to clear out that dart, so TSM has no idea how much personnel is over there. Know that there's at least one to clear things out, but it's a heavy stack towards the shower side. The drone is going to be there early on from Cutler to see where members of FaZe might be. You see the smoke coming on to ensure nothing's going to be coming in from showers. FaZe have backed up into this U-Haul area. Marv still on the site, but again, playing more of a conservative spot. Drone with the flash, kind of unfortunate flash, but Marv able to get the opener.
Oh, and he throws the paranoia back. He's going to find 2 Drone. Oh, Wardell will finally answer back, and then it's going to be another one for Drone, the 3v3. Here comes the Hunter's Fury from Maracas. He's hoping not, as it's down to the 3v3, but Corey's still on the site. They're holding on. This reset, or this mental reset, is going to be up to how FaZe Clan react to it. Because they don't know what's going on. There's going to be the Blaze Wall. Drone tries to walk through a ring around the Rosie, but now Drone's going to throw the Molotov onto Corey. Unfortunately, he will be the only one in flames. It's traded out. There comes Baby Bay. He drops down. 2v2. Smoke goes down for Baby Bay as he's trying to get an angle that works for him. Wardell's wrapping all the way around, but Sabrosa can just hop through the portal. They don't need to play these fights. Sabrosa finds one. That's going to be the portal play for Wardell, and he smokes off Sabrosa as well. So this is going to be down to the wire. 10 seconds remaining. Sabrosa, he's waiting in. This is perfect. Yep. He's going to tailwind through, and he finds him. That's planted down to Raucus. Very well played for TSM. Down to the 2v1. Can he clutch this? This is looking real good for TSM.
Well, it's certainly possible. Sabrosa is very weak. mean, you look at him funny at this point, he dies. Rock is not able to isolate any of them. However, Wardell's operator is able to get the best of him. I believe that's 7 rounds in a row now. Yeah, 7 rounds in a row. And we're starting to see, look at how they've won every single round. Right? It's not by defusing this, or it's not by, excuse me, setting off the spike. We see them patiently play with the spike. They aren't fully committing on getting the spike down and assuming post-plant positions. They're very comfortable with getting on there, creating some ruckus and getting some real estate, but then waiting out to see how FaZe plays the defensive side.
Fire in the hole!
And I think FaZe Clan have adapted to that as well. So we see an aggressive look from Corey, pushes up A short, has the support for Marth as well. Other FaZe Clan members are using the Owl Drone and Baby Bay to just push up aggressively straight past the fountain. FaZe is gonna feel the knives from Baby Bay. Wardell still holding the angle from Showers, but the fact that Baby Bay has gotten in so deep, he's got to turn his attention back towards this angle over here. Oh, the knives. They don't land onto Sabrosa. We also have to remember, this is the eco for FaZe Clan, and they're up a member. They can start to pinch them in and hope to find some great success on these cheeky positions for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, knowing that they didn't have... Oh, Wardell misses the op. Corey punishes him for it. Rockus is able to get one with the Sheriff as well. A thrifty round win for FaZe Clan. Again, out of all the rounds that they're going to pull off, it was that one. And here's the thing. FaZe invested heavy to get that round win, right? We saw the Blade Storm used from Baby Bay. We saw the Showstopper used from Corey in conjunction with the Paranoia to create some room. An early aggressive hit down A short. FaZe Clan fully sold out to winning that round, knowing that they didn't have the guns that they were going to want to bring into that round. So very well played from FaZe. In a moment when you wouldn't expect them to have much to work with, they bring out some of that like traditional FaZe aggression, and it catches TSM off guard.
This is actually a great round to start here for TSM, and now, yep, that's definitely a great round to start. They find an early pick in Showers as they're trying to answer back for some of those antics from FaZe Clan. They've got relative control of the A site, but the firefights are starting to be traded out back and forth. Now it's a 2v2. Corey just keeps the dream alive, and he tucks back into the vent. The 2v2, still a possibility, but there's always that portal play. Hop in they go, and now off to the B site. FaZe Clan slow moving over there. This is likely going to be a difficult spot as TSM are getting that spike down.
Yeah, and TSM can get the spike down, and then you can Cutler can play off because he's got that Hunter's Fury. But for now, he's kind of caught on the site. You see him; he's managed, excuse me, to work his way back towards Octagon, towards safety, and continues to get further away, forcing FaZe into a spot where they're gonna have to make a way forward. They're the ones who are gonna have to create some real estate. Drone spots one through the box, not able to take him out. Good bit of damage done, but man, that shock dart hurts, and the rifle finishes things off. This FaZe has to go aggressive here. They can't just play for the defuse again because of that Hunter's Fury. Cutler's able to get 2, however. What a play!
27 HP for Cutler. They find the pick onto Drone. Solid play from FaZe Clan to push into Hookah to get that one player out. And then Corey, he's got to push. Rockus gets to half, and he tries to win that gunfight there too. But unfortunately, man, you're up against the Clutchler. Come on. You really think you're going to win those? Nevertheless, memes aside, very, very close for FaZe Clan, and solid stuff from TSM to hold on. It was a tough 2v2, and Cutler really showed up big. This could be the last round here. Ultimate's available for TSM still. The Hunter's Fury, which I thought was going to be used, not used last round. And this time, TSM, as opposed to posing up towards that A site, they've got Wardell looking into Showers while the rest of the team are going to work the B angle. We'll see how FaZe Clan rotate around, but so far, they're just selling a potential B hit.
Satchel out.
Rockus with the drone, seeing nobody is around the fountain area. Again, TSM hasn't shown very much here for FaZe to work with, to deduce off of. See a couple of smokes going out over by B. I love this too. They're really, FaZe is just like fully selling out. But again, FaZe is not rotating. They're not fully taking the bait. They don't think it's happening over at B. 2 of the members from FaZe are staying on this A site.
Oh, Marv. He stops the push from A short as Zachary hears some of that action going towards the A site. Cutler, he's got the spike and he's got to get it down as Corey is prepared to portal through and wrap around from behind. Spike's being planted, but Corey is waiting for a portal play. He's waiting for information from his team. Baby Bay needed that pick in order to find success. There's the portal play from Corey. Spike's planted in Tetris, but it's planted for Showers and they're playing for A short. Baby Bay hops down onto site. Wardell's on the run, and he's gonna swap over, I think, to the rifle. 3v3 retake for FaZe Clan.
They're all kind of caught in this U-Haul area. Hayes is able to take care of Corey. However, there was that flank that we were talking about. It's no longer a factor. Hayes with the 4K. Baby Bay trying to stick it, but the shock dart from Cutler stops it. TSM take a 2-0 lead.
Man, that was the map that FaZe Clan needed to win, and you saw how close it was. FaZe Clan, especially starting off the rip, but when you got to that second half, just think about how crazy TSM needed to play in order to win 7 in a row. Solid stuff out of TSM. We'll see if FaZe Clan can bounce back on Split. That's where we're headed to next. Will it be a 3-0 domination from TSM, or do FaZe Clan have anything left in the tank to take TSM down? We'll find out after this.